Most elite athletes don't break because they lack talent. They break because pressure hijacks the way they think. Messi should have been no different. Diagnosed at 10 with a growth hormone deficiency, projected to stand 4'7", injecting himself every night just to keep growing. Nothing about that beginning suggests someone who'd master performance under the highest pressure in sport. So what changed inside his mind? The struggle began in the modest neighborhoods of Rosario, Argentina, long before any professional opponent stepped in his path. While his peers played without worry, the young athlete faced a biological barrier that threatened to end his career before it started. The synthetic hormone treatments he required carried a devastating cost of $900 to $1,500 every month, a sum that far exceeded his family's financial reach. Every dose represented a sacrifice, forcing his parents, Jorge and Celia, to hunt for funding that local clubs simply could not provide. Relief finally came from across the Atlantic in December 2000. Barcelona representative Charlie Rexach scribbled an informal agreement onto a paper napkin, committing the Spanish club to fund the therapy in exchange for his signature. This lifeline came with an invisible psychological toll. At 13, he boarded a flight to Spain, leaving his home and extended family behind. He arrived in Europe knowing his presence was entirely dependent on his output on the pitch. The medical intervention cured his physical limitations, but it permanently reshaped his mind. Before he ever played a senior match, performance was tied directly to survival. Expectation became an identity, shaping a child who understood that every touch carried the weight of his family's future. In the training grounds of Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, composure was systematically engineered. Between 2000 and 2005, the curriculum rejected the myth of raw talent, relying on representative learning design to prepare players for the chaos of professional football. The core of this methodology rested on the rondo, a tight-space possession drill formalized by Laureano Ruiz in 1957 and championed by Johan Cruyff as the ultimate tool for spatial awareness. Inside these small-sided games, players faced a high density of decision points under constant defensive pressure. Under 14 squads spent up to 25% of their total training time inside these grids, accumulating 75 minutes of active rondo exposure every week. The structure forced a continuous cycle of head-up scanning, quick foot placement, and immediate correction. Youth coordinator Albert Capellas designed these environments to compress the game into rapid 3-second decision packets. For Messi, coaches scaled the grids down further, forcing him to increase his touch frequency and maintain first-touch control under fatigue. This repetition built a rich database of spatial patterns in his long-term memory. By replicating the exact constraints of match play in daily, microdoses, the Academy removed the uncertainty of high-pressure environments, turning split-second choices into automatic physical reactions. The ultimate validation of these ingrained training habits arrived on May 27, 2009, inside Rome's Stadio Olimpico. Under the glare of a global audience, the Champions League final tested whether simulated pressure could translate to elite execution. In the 68th minute, as a cross floated into the penalty area, Messi bypassed the Manchester United defense, timing his jump to send a looping header into the far corner. It was his first goal in a Champions League final, a moment born from split-second spatial tracking and an unshakable process focus. 2 years later, on May 28, 2011, at Wembley Stadium, Messi proved this composure was a repeatable, structured science. Facing the same opponent under heavier expectations, he anchored Barcelona's possession system. His performance, yielding 2 goals and an assist, demonstrated complete control over his cognitive load. While the stadium roared, Messi operated in a state of low physiological arousal, translating intense external stress into cold, clinical efficiency. These consecutive European finals showed that when the noise of the crowd escalated, his decision-making did not falter. Under high stakes, his mental preparation produced pure automaticity. By functioning as both the focal point of defensive pressure and the ultimate solution to it, he completed a mental transition. Having fully graduated from academy design, he stood as an elite performer carrying the heaviest competitive weight in the sport. To the observer, this calm looks like indifference. In reality, it is a highly active, measurable cognitive state. Messi organizes his attention entirely around the next controllable action rather than the scoreboard, minimizing anxiety by narrowing his focus to immediate physical inputs. Years of high-density exposure to small-sided games allow his brain to perform a process called chunking, compressing complex defensive setups into familiar, stored patterns. Instead of analyzing every opponent, his mind retrieves these pre-encoded tactical units instantly from long-term memory, bypassing conscious deliberation. This visual focus relies on a phenomenon known as the quiet eye. Immediately before executing a pass or strike, elite performers hold a final, stable fixation on the target. This visual lock must last at least 100 milliseconds to stabilize spatial information in the brain. When anxiety rises, this fixation window typically shortens, degrading accuracy. Messi maintains a prolonged quiet eye period under intense pressure, delaying his motor response until his visual data is fully stabilized. This mechanical quietness enables automaticity, the execution of complex skills with minimal cognitive load, allowing the athlete to enter a flow state. Other sports reveal this same cognitive architecture. Tennis champion Novak Djokovic employs structured diaphragmatic breathing, using a double nasal inhale to regulate his autonomic nervous system during match pauses. Similarly, Michael Jordan used systematic visualization to prime his motor pathways before stepping onto the court. For Messi, composure is a disciplined visual and cognitive system that translates chaotic matches into a series of predictable, micro-level choices. On July 13, 2014, inside Rio's Maracana Stadium, the engineered calm broke. In the 85th minute of the World Cup final, a low left-foot shot drifted wide of Manuel Neuer's far post. 2 years later, during the 2016 Copa America shootout against Chile, a penalty sailed over the crossbar. The emotional insulation cracked completely. The forward dropped to his knees, head buried in his hands, shattered in the locker room. The abstract pressure of club football was replaced by the heavy personal weight of national expectation. Composure, it turned out, did not prevent breakdown. But the response to this public collapse redefined his psychological process. Instead of public explanations, he sought solitude, training alone on isolated pitches and limiting all media exposure. His family, once a symbol of early sacrifice, became an active identity stabilizer, grounding him away from the pitch. By treating these historic failures as data rather than destiny, he built a quiet, insulated resilience that reshaped his career. On July 10, 2021, inside Rio de Janeiro's Estadio do Maracana, the accumulated weight of 28 years of Argentinian football anxiety met 90 minutes of play. In the final of the Copa America against Brazil, Angel Di Maria's 22nd minute strike gave Argentina a 1-0 lead. This time, the narrow advantage held. For Messi, who finished the tournament with 4 goals and 5 assists, the final whistle brought immediate release. As teammates mobbed him on the pitch, he collapsed to the grass in profound relief. Years of structured training and processing failures as technical inputs culminated in a state of quiet composure. After 3 lost finals, the pressure did not break his focus. Instead, it became a familiar environment. The victory brought what he later described as peace of mind, a psychological state where years of expectation were finally answered with quiet, earned achievement. Ultimately, pressure is not an obstacle to avoid, but a space to inhabit. Messi's career proves that supreme composure is never inherited. It is built, second by second, in the quiet of the mind. When your high-stakes moment arrives, how will you respond? Share your thoughts below and subscribe.